The New 1 Minute Manager, written by Ken Blanchard and Spencer Johnson, 2015. This book is based on the original 1 Minute Manager book by Blanchard and Johnson, and it meets the changing world of management head on. This book depicts a management style that is different than top-down management. According to Blanchard and Johnson, 2015, top-down management has been proven to be slow and meaningless. People want to feel engaged in their work. They want to make meaningful contributions. An effective manager can help them by leading with collaboration. It's a facilitation process to help people reach their full potential. Blanchard and Johnson, 2015, say leading with collaboration is far more effective than the old command and control system. The most effective managers manage themselves and the people they work with so that the people and the organization profit. There are many kinds of managers. There are bottom-line managers, hard-nosed, profit-minded, tough managers. This is when organizations win and people lose. There are supportive, considerate managers. This is when people win, but organizations lose. Blanchard and Johnson talk about autocratic managers, where people only care about results. They talk about democratic managers, where people only care about the people. Ultimately, they tell us that an effective manager must be results-oriented and people-oriented. People are the key. The best way to achieve successful results is with people. Effective managers encourage their employees. They're on the same page with them. In this book, Blanchard and Johnson tell us the 3 secrets to achieving successful results through people. They show us how to create a positive environment to get the best productivity. People who feel good about themselves produce good results. Blanchard and Johnson, 2015, give us the gift of 1-minute management. Here are their 3 secrets.
According to the new 1-Minute Manager, there are various key elements to effectively setting goals. The first step is to be clear when setting goals. Make sure your goals are clearly defined, then record them on 1 sheet of paper per goal. The goals should not be bloated, and they should be no more than 250 characters each. It is important that the goals are direct and to the point. You should be able to express each goal in under 1 minute. It is also important to maintain an appropriate number of goals. Try to set only 3 to 6 goals at a time. Follow the 80-20 rule. Do not set goals for the 80% of tasks that do not produce results. The 3 to 6 goals you set should represent 20% of your goals that will have the most impact and produce the most results. Once your goals are established, it is important to look at and review them frequently. Read and reread each goal daily. This will help you drive home the importance of the goals. If a person's goals are fresh in their head, it will be easier for them to work to accomplish those goals. Always be observant. Pay attention to see what good behavior looks like. Take time out of your day to evaluate your performance. Then compare your performance to the model of good behavior you observed earlier. Review how your performance matches up to your goals. It's important to do these tasks for not only yourself, but for team members as well. Make sure to encourage people to notice what they are doing and to compare their performance to their goals.
The second secret of the new 1-Minute Manager is 1-minute praising. It is important for a manager to give crystal clear feedback on how an employee is performing. In very specific terms, the new 1-Minute Manager lets their employee know when he or she is doing well and when they are not. For an employee to succeed, it is important for them to realize that feedback is an invaluable tool. Help people reach their full potential. Catch them doing something right. Most of the time, managers catch employees doing something wrong. However, with the second secret of the new 1-Minute Manager, it is important to catch the employee doing something right, especially as they begin a new task. When the manager notices that something is done right, they tell the employee what he or she precisely did right and how good they feel about it. The manager then pauses for the employee to feel that moment too and reinforces the praise by encouraging the employee to keep up the good work. Employees like the 1-minute praise for 3 reasons. First, the employee gets a praising soon after doing something right and they don't have to wait for a performance review. Second, the manager specifies exactly what the employee did right. And third, the manager is consistent. and it doesn't take long for the manager to do the praising, usually less than a minute, and for the employee to feel the sincerity and understand what was done right. So, a 1 minute praising works well when during the first half of the minute, the manager praises their employee as soon as possible. They let them know what they did right, being specific, and telling that employee how good they feel about what they did right and how it helps. A 1 minute praising then works well when the manager pauses for a moment to allow the employee time to feel good about what they've done. Then, during the second half of the minute of a 1 minute praising, it works well when the manager encourages them to do more of the same and when they make it clear that they have the confidence in them and support their success.
Redirects are a way for a manager and employee to go over a mistake without drawing out the meeting or creating a possible confrontation between the two. They should take no longer than a minute. The manager needs to establish a clear goal for what needs to be changed. The minute meeting should be presented in two parts. The first part focuses on the mistake, and then the second part focuses on the employee. Meetings need to happen right away so that the mistake can be corrected, but also so the manager does not find further mistakes and think the employee is incapable of the work. The mistake may alter the results, so that needs to be clearly discussed about. Once the information is given, then there needs to be about 15 seconds of sync in time so the employee can process the information right away. The most important thing is that the employee needs to feel valued on the team and that the mistake does not define them as an employee. Why redirects work is because this makes the employee feel valued as a team member. The meeting itself is heavily manager created, so they need to have a clear set of goals. The meeting also only takes a minute, so it's not taking up large chunks of working time. With it only being a minute, there is less a chance of confrontation or the employee not feeling valued on the team. This also allows for a manager not to bottle the mistake and take it out on the employee later. This also allows for the manager and employee to separate their behavior at work with their value to the team.
As we went through The 1 Minute Manager by Ken Blanchard and Spencer Johnson, we have seen that there are three secrets to be the 1 Minute Manager. These include the 1 minute goals, 1 minute praisings, and 1 minute reprimands. These allow the workers to be encouraged and empowers them to manage themselves. It also allows both the workers and the manager to feel better and much more relaxed. It also decreases the amount of stress and allows the manager additional time which can be utilized for other purposes. Eventually, it all leads to improved results for the organization. It also allows the manager to increase productivity and profits for the organization.